Committee study of the Central Intelligence Agency Detention and Interrogation Program is a report compiled by the bipartisan United States Senate Select Committee on Intelligence about the Central Intelligence Agency's Detention and Interrogation Program and its use of torture during interrogation in U.S. government bulletins on detainees in CIA custody. The more than 6,700-page report, including 38,000 footnotes, details the history of the CIA's detention and interrogation program and the committee's 20 findings and conclusions. On December 9, 2014, the SSCI released a 525-page portion that consisted of key findings and an executive summary of the full report. It took more than 5 years to complete. The full unredacted report remains classified. Today's summary: CIA attorneys cautioned that classified information provided to the media should not be attributed to the CIA. After the April 15, 2005 National Security Council Principals Committee meeting, the CIA drafted an extensive document describing the CIA's detention and interrogation program for an anticipated media campaign. CIA attorneys discussing aspects of the campaign involving off-the-record disclosures cautioned against attributing the information to the CIA itself. One senior attorney stated that the proposed press briefing was minimally acceptable, but only if not attributed to a CIA official. The CIA attorney continued, "This should be attributed to an official knowledgeable about the program or some similar obfuscation, but should not be attributed to a CIA or intelligence official." Referring to CIA efforts to deny Freedom of Information Act requests for previously acknowledged information, the attorney noted that our Glomar fig leaves are getting pretty thin. Another CIA attorney noted that the draft makes the illegal declaration I just wrote about the secrecy of the interrogation program a work of fiction. CTC Legal urged that CIA leadership needed to confront the inconsistency between CIA court declarations about how critical it is to keep the information secret, and the CIA planning to reveal darn near the entire program.
And today, I don't want to debate with you whether torture was a good or a bad idea with these folks. But I will tell you that it is a violation of international law, and it's a violation of American law to torture somebody. And so evidence that such a crime occurred is not going to easily come out. Oh, I think we all know that. But everything about Gitmo was designed with the protection of this kind of information in mind. You'd really have to see this courtroom to believe it. And Guantanamo is the perfect place to actually bury all of this information. The courtroom is entirely sealed away from the public. And not just by the distance. I mean, it's sealed. It's like a big terrarium built behind ribbon wire in a military base in Cuba. And everyone entering the courtroom is checked for their credentials. And the only people allowed in other than lawyers, judges, and defendants are CIA and other government agents who are allowed to sit in and make sure that nothing inadvertent comes out. The spectators sit behind glass that is sealed off. You can stand on one side of the glass and try to talk to somebody and they can't hear you. And the court proceedings are on a 45-second delay. So make sure that nothing gets out that shouldn't get out. When somebody says something that's not supposed to be said, the power turns off in the courtroom, just like that. All the lights go out, and a red light goes on the judge's desk. And the agents in the corner have a little button that they get to push. And I wanted to yell "goal" one day when it happened. We didn't know what it was. The one time it went off by mistake because Khalid Sheikh Mohammed mentioned Richard Nixon. So maybe there's a relationship there. I'm not sure what it is. But There's an incredible protective order in effect in that case that prohibits us from discussing literally anything. And of course, in a classified information case, you have to disclose in advance almost everything you're going to say. The protective order, I'm going to read this, and my note here says to tell you I'm not making this up. Classified information is all documents or information, regardless of the place or origin, including documents classified by a foreign government, or that could reasonably be believed to contain classified information, including but not limited to any subject referring to the Central Intelligence Agency, the National Security Agency, the Defense Intelligence Agency, the Department of State, the National Security Agency, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, or any intelligence agency of any foreign government, or any similar entity, or information in the possession of such entity. So I don't think they left anybody out. But you know, that's what we have there. It's just a matter of keeping all of this stuff secret is really what's going on. And it's just not going to bring us to a point where the family members of 9/11 and the Cole bombing and the embassy bombings in Africa are going to get any justice whatsoever out of that system.